Hey gang, welcome back to Joe Daddy's Workshop. As I said before, my primary channel is Joe Daddy's Garage, where I work on classic cars for the most part, and on this channel I do everything else. In this case, today I want to build something. I have a friend who asked me to weld together some railroad spikes in the shape of a star. You've probably seen these before, maybe at craft fairs or something like that, or maybe even online. A lot of people like these things. And if you're able to find railroad spikes, you could probably make one yourself. So let me show you what I'm going to do to make this happen, and also a few ideas that I have that may or may not make it better, depending on what you want to have for some hanging wall art. So let me show you what I have. So what I have here is a set of 10 railroad spikes. My friend got a hold of these somewhere, I don't know where. These are in really great condition. I don't even know if they've ever actually been installed. The thing is, the heads on these things are wide, right? So they stick out past this surface. If you look straight down, you would see that there's a bit of a hump right there. Now, one idea that I had when you're putting one of these together, if you don't modify the spikes at all, they're all kind of curved up in a sense. So what that does, it raises the center of the star. There's a couple ways you could defeat this. One, you could grind down that surface so that it's flat, and then everything would lay flat and it would not have any kind of raise in the middle. The other idea that I had was you could raise the outer portion of the spikes the same dimension as this thickness on the head and just put a spacer underneath here. Maybe some washers or something like that. So we discussed it, and she wants it to be like it is. We're not going to modify it at all. Going to maintain the heads of the spikes, and as you can see, I have a template that I made from a previous one of these that I made, so it made it kind of handy to do this one. So the thing is, these spikes are all different. Even though they look the same, there are different lengths, different shapes of the head sometimes. And obviously, if you find some that have been used and pulled out, they could be twisted and turned. These, I'm just going to run with what I have. And what I intend to do is take like this level as a straight edge and try to get these planes as square as I possibly can so that it looks symmetrical, right? The other idea that I had was to take a magnet. This is a tool magnet from like Harbor Freight. And whenever you have these laying flat, they kind of roll around against each other and the tips don't come together very well. So what you can do is put this magnet on, and that'll square up the face of these two. You can tack weld it together, move it to the next two, the next two, next two, and then that'll make sure all of them are not crooked. Hope that makes sense. So that's the plan. I'm going to weld these together using the YesWelder MP200 that I have, and it should be an easy job for that welder, obviously. And of course, you could weld these in different ways too. You could weld the flat surface, you could just weld the tips where they come together. These corners I will weld probably on the outside rather than on the inside, just because it's easier to access the outside. And that's really about it. That's really about it. So experiment a little and see what you like and make one your way. I'm going to turn the welder down just a little bit because I don't need it to be quite this hot. But basically, it's all connected now. I'm going to get my cardboard out of the way. Okay, that's all it takes. Now, of course, if you're gonna hang this on something, it's up to you how you want to do it. I would probably just put a nail on this upper star leg and just hang it off of that. This piece will be hung on the outside of a barn, and I know that my friend is gonna paint it. So all I will probably do is grind some of these welds just to clean them up a little on the corners up there where the tips are. And some of these tips were a little short, so I added more material to try to build them up a little. But that's it. Good and solid, not going anywhere. Thanks for watching. If you would, leave a comment and a thumbs up. And until next time, take care of yourselves. See ya.